Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me again today. My name is Audit Iqbal. I'm working as the head of internal audit, fraud, and risk management. I just want to share one thing before starting my video. This is the feedback that I have received from a lot of my friends. I have received a lot of calls and the messages and the emails on my previous videos that gave me a lot of encouragement actually. This is very close to my objective. I have one objective to spread knowledge, hope, and love around me. This gives me inner peace. Have you tried this one? If you haven't tried, please try this one. I can guarantee you, you will be getting the same results. You will be getting the peace. Whatever you want in this world, in this life, just spread it. You will be receiving in doubles. So this is something I just want to share before start. Thank you so much for the feedback that I have received. That is really motivational and encouragement. It's a lot of encouragement I have received from those feedback. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start. Based on this objective, my objective to spread knowledge and hope, I came up with a very important topic today that I need to discuss that can be relevant with all the professionals. It's not only for the internal audit, risk and fraud professionals. It can be relating to all the professionals around the globe, how they can change themselves. If you're not changing yourself, you can be irrelevant in future. So this is very important topic that I'm going to share with you guys, basically for the specific for the internal audit, risk and fraud as well, but it can relate to all other professions as well. Let me share my screen with you guys, and then we can start it. Okay, this is something that internal audit. What is internal audit? This is the profession that make a difference. And there is no doubt about it. It can make a difference because you are changing the organizational structure. You are adding value in the people lives, and you're adding value in even the business operations as well. So this is something that, that's why I'm saying I'm happy to be an internal audit professional as well that can make a difference as well. Internal audit changing realities, the topic is, we will be discussing something that, what is the internal audit? I will just start with the basic because mostly people, they should know that about the internal audit, how we are improving the people's and the businesses' lives as well. What is the changing realities that you have to see as well? Okay, let me just start with some sort of my background. You already knows that. Everyone knows that about me actually. Most people, they know me. Anyone, the new joiner, they can just check about this one. My name is Muhammad Iqbal. I have 14-year experience in internal audit, risk and fraud management. I have worked in several multinational companies for the last 15 years. Still, I'm just doing a lot of consultancies to different companies as well. This is my portfolio that I just wanted. But the objective of this video and the other videos that I am doing is only for the knowledge spread. To spread the knowledge, whatever I have right now I have to spread it actually. Okay, what is internal audit? Mostly people, they're asking about the internal audit. What should do? Internal audit, I can just tell you in the layman that this is just like whatever you have right now in the businesses. Mostly people, the companies, they prefer to have an independent and unbiased, some team they can have to add value in the company operations as well. So internal audit basically is the independent activity and objective assurance. There should be no biasness in these activities. And it can be a consulting activity as well, that we have to add value in the company operations. Otherwise, if you're not adding value, there is no question of doing, having the internal audit function as well. What internal audit do? That is also very important. This is, we have to do in 3 areas basically, that risk management, control and governance process. Mostly questions have been asked for me throughout my career actually, what we have to do, what internal audit they have to do with the risk management, control and governance processes. We don't design these functions. We don't implement these, risk management frameworks or the control or the governance processes. We only assess the effectiveness of these processes and the provide our recommendation and just like to enhance these, how we can enhance these. We have to see the effectiveness of the operations as well. We have to see the reliability of the financial management and reporting. Just, and the number three is very important, the compliance with the laws and the regulation. This is a basic, the requirement that currently we are doing. I am going to tell you next slides how these are changed already, what you have to do right now. This is an internal audit. We protect businesses and we deliver measurable values as well. We, just like we are risk focused as well. But now I will tell you that risk focused, how it's changed now. We have to be objective focused. We have to see on the next slides as well. Okay. This is very important actually, and very you can find it very funny as well, that what the stakeholder think about you as an internal audit. Based on your experience, you can share with me in the comments as well. But I can tell you the people. What I have worked in different multinational companies, even in the multinational companies, they consider internal audit as a policeman, and some people don't know why they exist. And there's some people, they're just like saying they are the doctors and maybe some referees as well, and some sort of, we can say the spy on the company operations as well. So why you have to think why the people think about this one. Because, the basic purpose of the internal audit function is to add value. How you have to add value? You should not act like a policeman. You should act like a partner. Are you a strategic partner with the company? Are you a strategic partner with the individual company heads, departmental heads? If yes, then you are adding value. Those guys then your perception will be different. Otherwise, the people will think about only you, that these guys are only as just like a policeman and coming for them, just like a doctor as well. And they're doing the wrong operations as well. Anyways, so this is the perception you have to think, and how you can change the perception is only to adding value as well in the company operations. If you can just like satisfy me as a departmental head that you are going to change my operation and it will add value, definitely the perception will change. So you have to consider very carefully that how the perception in the company is that. Okay. What we have to do right now as an internal audit, as a risk management, basically we can discuss about the internal audit. What should be the objective of your partnership? Just like we are a partner with the company and we are independent and objective assurance and consulting activity. How we can become a partner to those companies as well. We have to build from policeman to strategic partner. This should be the objective. This should be the, the basic objective for the internal audit activity. You should not look like a policeman. We should be working like a strategic partner. The people should think that whenever they just like, I can share with my example, my ex-boss, he told me that, if you will be adding value in the company operations or the people's life, there will be each person, they will be coming their self to you to discuss their problems, to discuss their, the control gaps, if you are adding value. So the basic, the purpose is just like we have to start from policeman. The perception should be changed from policeman to the objective assurance. Okay, how the partnership objective should be? These guys are maybe the internal audit activity itself a strategic partnership. We have strategic partnership between the departments and the company and the audit activity as well. Okay, this one I just want to add one thing more as well. If just like you are focused on the, we as an internal audit, what we have to do, the basic traditional is just like we have to do for the compliance, see on the projects, how the projects and the compliance are ongoing, but we have to see the high quality relevant business, the changes, currently what's going on in the business. You have to be focused on those, the changes right now, it's ongoing, and you should be acting like a subject matter expert. This is very important. If you are not acting like this, then you will be You should be the change agent as well. The people believes on you, they just trust you. So that's why you have to be act carefully. You should become a strategic partner in these activities as well. Okay, this one we have to think about this activity as well. This is very important actually. Why I'm just like putting this one, because nowadays the internal audit is mostly changed, especially in the time of COVID-19. Actually, the internal audit function is almost changed. Almost, I mean, the people, they have to be very proactive. How fast you are running or learning, it doesn't matter who you are. It's just like the same. When suns come up, the heat comes up, you have to be, you have to go in a shade as well. So it's just like if change, one of the the top risk in right now in the world is just like cybersecurity. It's just like the disruption in the technological changes as well. So these are the top risks currently is ongoing in this world. So if the changes, the technology is changing, you have to change yourself, otherwise you will be irrelevant. The only sustainable advantage is to learn faster than the change. This is very important. If we are just like, if we are not learning, that's why I'm always stressing that people and my, all my friends in the circle, that please, you have to go for the upskilling, upskill your, the certifications as well, and the profile. Otherwise, if the change will come, we all can become irrelevant. You can just see on the time of COVID, we cannot do anything. That is a disaster. So we should have, we should get ready for these changes as well. We should have to be running fast on these activities. This is example. This is a basic example. You can see how the world changed already. And in this is the case for the, it's changing already on this one. We can see previously there was a different things for each and every activity. But today we have only one, that is called the mobile phone, whatever you have right now in your hand. So this is, the how, it's not, too long. It's only maybe 10, 20 years back. So this, the changing realities, you can see, the people on this one. Okay, this is something I just want to discuss with you, because I got the example of the BlackBerry, and I have used actually this mobile. That was a great mobile. Actually, I have used that. But why this is gone? Because they haven't changed. They said, okay, they didn't innovate fast enough. They were not focused on the client requirements. They insisted on their old methodologies and only your old OS as well, operating system, and they continue to believe that we will come back. They could make a comeback as well. This is happening in everywhere in this world right now. If just like you are just like, I think let me give you an example. In time of COVID, the Zoom, they just started. They were get ready for this opportunity. They are in billions now because they were get ready, and they innovate their self as well. That once the opportunity come, they took the opportunity. And just like in terms of internal audit and in any profession, if you are just like, if you are not going to innovate yourself, I can guarantee you will become irrelevant after, maybe not now, not today, not tomorrow, maybe after some time. If you're not innovate, even you are a company or you are a job seeker or you are a professional, you will becoming irrelevant after some time if you're not innovating if you're not going as per the world, as per the technological changes as well. So you have to think about this example. We can put in terms of Nokia as well. They haven't changed. When I started using my mobile in 2003 and 2, Nokia, it was everywhere Nokia. But where is Nokia now? They haven't innovated themselves. They didn't change it. So you have to change. You have to get the certifications for, you have continued. That is called the continued professional certifications as well. That can enhance, your career in the field as well. This is one thing very important that I have done. I worked in just like the Big Four as well. I don't want to mention the name. I worked in E&Y, we can say that. So internal audit response to the change, and even the external audit response for the change as well. Whenever we are testing, just like this is something we are discussing in the when we are going for the audits as well. Why we are doing the testing for these controls as well. The the answer it will be just like we have checked on the audit files, and this was what we have did last year as well. So we can say that mostly people it's just like including us as well and me, that we are saying okay, we just like call for the last year files. Even for this is unfortunate, but I mean we are just like, if are you adding value to those clients, or just like doing the activity and coming back on doing. If you're not adding value, that is unfortunate. Actually, you have to see and think about this one, and you have to add value as a, just like an internal auditor as well, because I'm a professional internal auditor. So mostly my team, they are going for the internal audit. I'm just giving them some sort of don't go and check only for the specific generic the test of controls. You have to go and come with something new. That is very important. That can add value for the client. That can add value to your in company department as well. So then you will get the respect. Otherwise, it will be the same. What I mean, is coming every year. That's why the people think, what is the purpose to exist for this internal audit function? It's only for the yearly. They are coming and they are doing the audits. Okay, this is the time to change as well. You should not look behind, as I gave you example in this one. Don't go back on the just like oversight ability to. You have to see what's coming next for the businesses, because mostly businesses they are just we have to understand the objective of the businesses, why and what the management they're looking for. You have to be internal audit plan, it should be based on those objectives as well. Otherwise, of course, there are a lot of risk-based audit as well, but now it's going to shift, it's going to be objective-based. My objective as a company owner is different, and as an internal audit function, if your objective are different, then it's not adding value. Then it can be, the reputation will be on stake as well. That should be future focused. If just this is a very good example I took somewhere. Predict the weather, don't just report it. If you are coming with the internal audit report or external audit report, any report, just like in risk management, you have to predict what is happening and what can go wrong. This is called, the internal audit and risk and fraud management. How you can improve, what can in near future, what can come, what can go wrong as well. So you have to be very careful on this one. You have to focus on the future as well. Don't go only what happened last year and just go take the files and do the audit and finish it. No, that will not add value as well. You have to see future focused as well. Okay, this is very important. I think this is the last one, but not the least. I just want to put some sort of, I just want to stress on those, how you can add value in internal audit function. Mostly people, when I'm going for the training sessions and conducting some sort of, even in the companies as well, they asked how you can just like, what are the best practices? Because mostly people and mostly companies, even the owners, even just like, departmental heads, they don't feel that you are adding value as well. So this is the first one is very important. You have to create a culture, how you can add value. You have to had the strategic partnership with the relevant the stakeholders, and you have to improve your perception in front of stakeholders as well. If once you create the culture for the value adding activity, then you can add real in terms of the value addition as well. You should become a partner more than independence. This is okay. We should take care about the independence as well. But this is unfortunate that I have worked in different multinational companies as well, and I'm looking for the people as internal audit. They're just focused. They don't create the relationship. They don't go for the build the relationship with the stakeholders. They think this independence will be the something, it can be questions, but no, you have to be a partner. You have to create a partnership between the stakeholders and your internal audit function if you want to add value, if you want to add, in terms of real value. Otherwise, this will be just like doing the coming and doing audits and going and giving report and management, and this is not adding value. Because the people, they don't trust. You have to create a trust on those, and it can be done through partnership. Just like I can give you my example, I'm working in different companies, so I create my own, the partnership as well with those guys. Once I'm calling those, and they come up with their own problems. This is something, you have to create in your internal audit function. So the people should come with their problems, that how we can improve this one. An internal control trainer, coach, and RCC. This is also very important that I have done in my previous career as well. You have to train the people. You have to tell them, you have to coach them, you have to train them what are the internal controls, why these are beneficial. Because once our objectives as an internal audit function and the departmental objective will match, then it can be just like lost. Okay, this can be okay, both parties will be agree on the same objective. If you just like convince any partner, any just like departmental head, any management, how you can add value to the company, they will respect you, they will accept you as well, and they will give you space. Even they can tell you their own problems, that how we can improve it. But for that one, you have to train them. You have to build a partnership on those one. You have to, just like I have done, the risk and control champions, RCC. I have just like created one section, one, departmental. In that, from each and every section, I took 2 people, and they was on weekly and quarterly basis, they were sharing their just like, the control weaknesses, and it's there in every big multinational companies. They were sharing their risks as well. So you have to create this one to add value. These are the best practices as well. Look for the opportunities to improve the businesses. That's most important. You have to understand about the businesses in wherever you're working right now, whichever industry you're working right now, you have to get understanding about that business as well. As a professional, I'm giving you some sort of advice as well. This is very important. If you will not be having the knowledge about those, the businesses, you cannot add value. You cannot predict what's going on in future. This is very important that we have to go on this, the activity as well. So these are some specific, small tips and the best practices to add value in the company and internal audit profession. This can give you a lot of respect. And in this way, you can, even add the value in the personal lives as well, the professional lives as well, in the company business operations as well. This is a true value that you can give the company operations as well, and you can earn respect as well. Okay, so this was something that I just want to discuss with you guys. I hope this will give you some sort of, the benefit, and I hope it can be very informative as well. Okay, the last one, the James Harrington. I like actually this one because this is for each and every one, for all the professionals. If you cannot measure it, you cannot understand it. Very important. Just like before you understanding, you have to go and measure something. What is that? How is that? And that get understanding. And the other thing, if you want to control it, you have to understand. This is an interlink. And if you want to improve it, you have to control it. If you cannot control it, you cannot improve it. So this is very important. If you can read actually this, the quote as well, it's very, it's in the reality based actually, you have to, if you want to improve it, you have to go in deep, it's just like I can give you example. If I have something just like to ask from anyone, from just maybe anyone is just my friends, we can say, if he don't know anything about that businesses, then he cannot give me any sort of valuation. Then he cannot improve my whatever the advice I have already. So this is something in terms of professional life as well, in terms of organizational objectives as well. You have to understand all these objectives as well. So the basic purpose was for this the sharing this video as well, and the making the video as well is in 2 or 3 topics I just want to wrap up actually. What is the internal audit? The perception, you have to improve your perception in front of the stakeholders, in front of the departments as well, in front of different, in front of company, in front of the people in your company as well. This is very important. Then you can even, you can improve it as well. Okay, the other thing that was very important, and as well, that you have to, if you want to add value, you have to be very specific. You have to understand about the businesses as well. You have to build a partnership within the departmental sections as well, and then you can add value. Otherwise, it cannot be added. And that's very important. The third one is very important. That is technological changes. This is a huge risk. This is the top risk. I am telling you again, throughout the world, cybersecurity, number one. Number two is the disruption in the technological changes as well. How you can even feel, everyone knows that how frequent, the technologies are changing day by day. So if you're not learning, you will not be earning as well, maybe in near future. Maybe it can relate to us, even including me as well. We can become irrelevant if we are not upgrading ourselves, if we are not working on ourselves as well, just like, so that's why I'm saying this is a basic, theme, that you have to upgrade yourself. Mostly people complaining. There are a lot of, on the LinkedIn, I have received a lot of messages on daily basis. They're complaining about there is no jobs. I always, suggest them to go and upskill yourself. You will be getting job eventually, but to sustain that job, you have to be, going for those certifications as well. So that's why I have, there are a lot of, I have 4 or 5 videos on my last, topics, CAE and the CFE. If you're a chartered accountant, if you're a lawyer, if you are an investigator, and if you're an accountant as well, you have to go for the CAE and CFE as well. That can give you a boost. If you're working as an internal audit, if you're working as a fraud risk management as well. So these are the wonderful, the certifications that can enhance your career as well, that will give you preference everywhere, that can give you, you can earn more than, non-certified people as well. So this is something, I just want to share with you guys. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact me anytime. You can put it in the comments as well. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the time that you have given me on this the video. And thank you very much for watching my video as well. And please subscribe the channel if you like my video, and if you want to have more videos on those topics as well, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time you gave it to me. Thank you very much.